Everyone, this is Fernando Herboso with Maxus Realty Group, and today I have a special treat for you. I have with me a person that is representing an organization, a nonprofit organization. He is a grant assistance specialist from fundmyhome.org. This organization is specifically put in place to help people buy their home, whether it's a first-time home or a second home. It doesn't matter. This organization will actually give you some money to help you purchase a home. So if you're thinking about buying a home in the next few months, you need to listen to this interview. Hi, Orlando. Appreciate it for coming to me to our interview for this important information. And I just wanted to ask you to please introduce yourself to the people watching this video.
Fernando, thank you very much for having me here. I'm so glad to be able to speak to you, speak to your audience. Again, my name is Orlando Darden. I'm a native Washingtonian. I am a grant assistance specialist with fundmyhome.org, an organization.
Okay, we seem to be having a little bit of technical issues, but just wanted
homeowners. Oops, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you okay now. So,
oh, okay, great. Yes. So 1 million homeowners have the opportunity to own a home in the United States of America.
Okay, perfect. I would like, we're going to get more information about Orlando and how you can get in touch with him and how we can get started with this if you decided this is the program for you. But Orlando, I wanted to get started with these questions, and I wanted to ask you, but I wanted to find out about what is my home, fundmyhome.org about, but apparently I think we're having some technical issues with
okay, yes, okay, yeah, I hear you right now.
Okay, can you tell me what is my fundmyhome.org? Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yes, again, fundmyhome.org is an organization that works in collaboration with real estate mortgage grants and down payment assistance, a 501c3 organization. What that basically means is we're a nonprofit organization designated to help provide funding to home purchasers. Again, you could be a first-time home purchaser. You could be a continuing, if you will, home purchaser. In other words, you've owned a home before, you want to purchase another home. This is here to help people to acquire homes in the United States of America. The great thing, the unique thing about our company, we feel that there's no other company that does this, is that we offer down payment and closing cost assistance. Now, in some instances, there will be people who will qualify to have 100% down payment and closing cost assistance. In others, they will have the assistance of us. So what's the big thing, the benefit there is that many people right now are struggling just to raise the fundamental down payment and closing costs to have a home. It's putting them in a position where they have to be a renter as opposed to a homeowner. We're now helping to resolve that problem for many more people across a broad spectrum of home purchaser situations is the best way to describe it.
Okay. So tell me, is this specifically for renters and first-time home buyers? Who can apply for this down payment assistance?
It's for anyone who chooses to purchase a home. So you could be a renter. You could be, well, yes, normally a renter, a first-time home person is a person who comes from the rental status. So yes, you could be a renter who chooses to decide to become a home purchaser. You could be a home purchaser homeowner who says, I want to purchase another home. I may want to purchase a vacation home. But let me just qualify this now. We focus only on residential property purchases, not investment property purchases. So there are instances where you may want to buy a single family home, you may want to buy a duplex, you may want to buy a fourplex. We can, as long as it's residential property, then we can assist you.
Okay, perfect. I wanted to also ask you, can people purchase foreclosures or short sales or different types of properties with this program, or is just specifically for residential properties?
It's specifically for, very good question, Fernando. It's specifically for residential properties for two reasons. Number one, that would be more on the investment side, commercial real estate investment side, potentially. And we're really, our goal here is really just to help the homeowner, the person who says, I really would love to own a home. I have some gaps that may have prevented me, or I'm a homeowner, existing homeowner who says, in my area, I exceed the median income, which is in many areas 50 to 80% of whatever the area median income is. We have no income limits, meaning that you could make more than the median income limit and still take access to these down payment and closing cost assistance. So our goal is really to focus on helping more people to have homes in the United States of America.
Perfect. That's great news. That's great news. So
Absolutely.
let me ask you a question. I talk to a lot of people every day.
Yes.
If I have a bankruptcy or I have a foreclosure on my past history,
Sure.
so how do I qualify for this thing if I qualify at all?
That's a very good question. Here's the reality. The reality is we do work in concert with preferred lenders, and normally you have to clear the hurdle of at least 3 years since a bankruptcy, foreclosure, short sale, or in the instances of you don't have any, you cannot have any active child support issues. In other words, they have to be resolved. In order to, those would be the 4 things immediately that could, unfortunately, even under our program, that could delay, let me just put it that way, the ability to participate in this program.
Okay, perfect. I just wanted to make sure a lot of people are going through these problems they had in the past.
Absolutely.
Obviously, we want to help them on this. So another problem that I see a lot of people having from purchasing their own homes is about their credit scores. So I wanted to find out a little bit about what type of credit score do you need? What's the minimum, and how can somebody with lesser credit score can apply for this fund assistance?
Okay, I'm happy to answer that question. This is what makes fundmyhome.org special. If you have at least a 600, 40, 80 credit score, your chances are that you will qualify. You have the better chance of qualifying for zero out-of-pocket down payment and closing cost assistance. However, if your credit score falls, let's say, to 580 or lower, then what we will do in that situation like that is that I don't think we have a minimum credit score, but what we do have is this: is you do have a credit score that is below 580. What we'll do is this: we'll help you to do a couple things. Number one, many times people may have had a credit problem, and what we could do, or maybe no credit. There are people out there who have no credit. So what's important is that we have a structure that will help a person to help establish a credit history. What could do that? Rent payments. You may not have a credit card, but you do rent somewhere, more than likely. Everyone has a mobile phone nowadays. Your mobile phone history, your utilities that you pay. We have a company that we work with that will help create those lines that will show your payment history that will help you to qualify with our preferred lenders for a mortgage there. So I won't say that we have a minimum credit score that you must qualify for. Everything is going to be on a case-by-case situation, but in those instances where one is credit challenged, then at least we have a way to try to work and help that person improve their credit to qualify better for a mortgage.
Yeah, actually, this is one of the problems that I see many people having, and obviously good people have problems in life.
Absolutely.
It can be a medical problem, or they lost their job, and they have to choose whether they want to pay a bill or they have to have a place to
Absolutely
over their head. So, and for that reason, I love this type of programs because I think this is going to be very helpful for a lot of people, especially our viewers that they come to our website, and whether they're in English and Spanish, we're helping a lot of people. And I know that this is one of the biggest obstacles that people have to buying a home. It's about the credit history and the credit problem.
Absolutely.
So, and that's one thing that I really like, the fact that you are basically trying to help all these people and trying to encourage them to call you, even if they have lower credit ratings.
Absolutely.
Yes, there is the worst thing that you can do if you're a person that considering something like this is that you self-qualify and say no to yourself without knowing exactly what Orlando or me, Fernando, can do for you. And obviously that is something that's very important for you. So Orlando, I wanted to ask you another question, and tell me about the biggest question of the day. Do I have to repay the down payment assistance that you're giving me to buy a home?
Now this is, Fernando, you asked me one of my favorite answers. No, That's the great thing about it. We are non-repayable down payment grant assistance. Let me tell you how huge that is. There are cities and municipalities that do offer homeowners down payment, a grant down payment assistance. Here are the challenges. The challenges are normally you have to go and sit in a class for maybe 6 months to a year that you have to pay for. Normally, the grant will then be offered in this form of a second lien position, maybe a third lien position. Then there are certain qualifications. You got some, on average, some municipalities say you have to stay in the home at least 5 years, and some other stipulations. And if you don't, then they could ask for the grant back, rather immediately. We don't have those requirements. Number one, once you go through our process to apply to see what grant, how much of a grant you qualify for, within 5 to 7 days upon complete documentation, you can get approved for your grant. It's non-repayable. So let's say you live in a home and you decide in 6 months you want to do something else. We're not going to come and running asking for the money. So we consider ourselves a very God-driven mission company. So we want to say that this is a way of helping to give back to society, give back to consumers, to help them continue to live their life in a very positive way.
Oh my God, man! I can't believe that this is something that if I was a first-time home buyer or somebody looking to buy a home in the next few months, think about this. You know what Orlando just said. You know, you don't have to pay this back. You know, this is help for you. So it really behooves to you to actually contact one of us to make sure if you can qualify for this so you can go forward. You know, this is absolutely great news. And this is the reason why I wanted to bring Orlando, because when I heard about this program, I said to myself, my God, I have so many people that would love to have something like this to help them buy a home. And as you know, Orlando, I also work with a lot of Hispanic families, Hispanic people that are foreign nationals that come to this country. And I just wanted to ask a question for them so they can have more information. If they are a foreign national, could they still use this Fund My Home program, Fund My Down Payment program with your organization?
The answer, Carlos, Fernando, is the answer is yes. The key is that, number one, they are obviously buying property only in the United States of America. They at least have a bank account in the United States of America, because when the down payment, once you go to closing on your home, fundmyhome.org, our 501c3 organization will wire the funds that day. The borrower never touches the money. You know, sometimes you get a check in your hand to take the closing. The money will be wired directly to the settlement office, the settlement attorney. So, but yes, you would need to have a bank account. And then also it just is another way of documenting the fact that you do have some, you know, you're invested, if you will, to some degree in the United States. So yes, this program does allow foreign nationals to certainly take advantage of this. And again, whether they're first-time home purchasers or repeat home purchasers.
Okay, that's great news, especially for a lot of people that move into the area, especially
Absolutely.
in countries, and they're hardworking people. They're working all the time, contributing to society and making sure everything is going well.
Absolutely.
And, this is perfect for them, because I know that we can plug a lot of people that speak Spanish on this type of program as well. I just want to remind everyone to make sure you understand this. You know, a lot of times, you know, you can purchase a home. You have to have some type of investment money to get started. You know, it's not like you can just start with zero money. You don't have to have any money to buy a home. You must have some certain amount of funds to be able to buy a home, even with this type of programs where they're going to help you with the down payment and the closing cost assistance. Talking to Orlando before, I know this is very specifically designed program that as a minimum, they're going to need for you to pay $39 for a credit report. That's one of the first things. And this is the perfect application for you, the perfect case scenario. If you can qualify with your credit, you have to pay the $39 for the credit report. Then the other thing that you have to take in consideration, you have to have a home inspection on the property. And that normally runs between $400, $350, maybe up to $450, depending on the size of the home. That's another amount of money that you have to have in your account to be able to get started with this. Then the other thing that you need to have is appraisal. you know that the bank is going to ask you for an appraisal for the property you're trying to purchase. And that usually is around $450 that you're going to have to pay for that. Now we're talking about earnest money deposit. This is the deposit that you have to put when you put an offer for a house and you say, I'm serious, I want to buy this house. This is the amount I want to pay for this house. In order for you to be able to send that offer to the seller, you must have a certain amount of money as an earnest deposit money that you are putting to make sure that they know you're serious purchasing this property. And normally that's around $3,000. So that's the $3,000 that you're going to also need in order for you to buy a home. So all in total, we're talking about less than $4,000 really to begin buying a home. And you know, Orlando, I also help a lot of people renting a home. And sometimes when somebody's looking to rent a home, let's say for $2,000 a month, they have to pay the first month's rent, $2,000, right, and have to pay the $2,000 deposit, which is 1 month's rent. So they need $4,000 already for just those two things. So basically, they can use that $4,000 and maybe do something like this. Obviously, they have to have reserve funds and different things that they're going to need.
Right.
But
Right.
this is just an encouragement for you to understand how easy it is to be able to buy a home. If you're looking to do this in the next few months and connecting yourself with a professional such as Orlando or me, Fernando, and the two rhymes and making sure that you understand that, we're going to help you with everything.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So one more time, Orlando, tell me a little bit more about your experience and how people can connect with you and different information about you.
Okay. Again, the name is Orlando Darden. I'm a grant down payment assistance specialist, and I'm with fundmyhome.org. And if people wish to connect with me, I'm going to give you my website. Let me go to it right now. My name is, it's Orlando, ORLANDO, finance, FINANCE, real estate mortgage grants. That's with an S, mortgagegrants.com. You could go there, and on my website, it'll give you all the information for any home purchaser who's considering the program. I would say once you go on the website, the first tab you want to start with is known as the FMH for homes listed for sale. It will take you through the process that one needs to go through in order to understand what is done. I'm glad that the company painstakingly detailed the process so we don't allow confusion to enter in the equation, but that's what I'm here for. You're not offloaded to go by yourself. One of the things we also do is as you complete this process, we have a dedicated team who will review your application. That's the down payment grant that assistance application you completed, just to make sure you have things. And Fernando, to your point here, we're bilingual, so we do have Spanish speakers, we do have English speakers, just to make sure everyone feels that they can be accommodated and everything. Then so we do have that as well.
Okay. That is great to hear, Orlando, but I want to make sure people understand that this part of the process for the down payment assistance is through Orlando, but at the same time, you have to find the right property. You have to find the right area where you want to purchase a home, and for that reason,
that's right.
Our company we have a team of agents that we're helping people purchase homes, and we would love to help you and combine this organization with your down payment and closing cost assistance and be able to help you save money in the process. We in Orlando, I want to tell you, I'm very proud of my agents, my company, Maxus Realty Group.
You should be.
We are helping a lot of people, and we're opening avenues, and this is an avenue for my clients, for the people that are coming to us. You are a person that we're going to bring to, because we know that you are going to be able to help them. And I love the fact that this is a non-profit organization, and I really think this is going to be very helpful for everybody. I want to thank you one more time, Orlando, for your time, taking the time to be able to tell us about this program. I really appreciate it, and I would like to see you come back in a future date with more information about this program. But thank you one more time for coming to our program, and I appreciate it for your time, okay?
Fernando, thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure to be able to share this marvelous news with so many great, deserving people.